Exxon accurately predicted global warming from 1970s, but continued to cast doubt on climate science. New report finds, CNN Business.
Here's a summary of the article.
Casting doubt and uncertainty, undercover Exxon video reveals an anti-climate campaign. Big Oil has engaged in a long-running climate disinformation campaign while raking in record profits, lawmakers find.
This post received a score of 9,300, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This is how encroached industries act when their primary product is found to literally be poisonous. Big Tobacco denied the link to cancer for decades, despite them knowing the damage. The lead industry kept leaded gasoline in our cars. Big Asbestos did the same thing under the same circumstances starting in the early 20th century.
It's hard to solve a problem when rich and powerful people have a deeply vested interest in not solving it.
Or obstructing the solution.
Most powerful politicians have family connections, and the people that profit from the environmental pollution are their friends and college buddies.
Make the oil companies pay for climate change, like tobacco companies pay for their lies and cruelty with cigarettes.
Seriously, this thread got me fantasizing about the big oil companies being forced to spend billions on renewable energy and renewable materials production.
IARC. The Eisenhower administration did a military study regarding the effects of climate change so everyone knew.
Note there was an article published in 1912, commonly titled Coal Consumption Affecting Climate. We've known about this for more than a century, and at least in the US where I am, have done basically nothing. Edit, link to snippet from 1912 article.
Wow, thanks for sharing that.
I worked at Exxon for a long time, was an executive, and internally we always accepted it. We had full-on company-wide presentations with Sherry Stewart, the exec in charge of climate at least for a time, where she acknowledged it, shows us all the science, showed what had to be done, etc. 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 Meanwhile we were funding almost exclusively climate deniers in Congress. For a period our head of lobbying was a totally normal woman who since left for a similar job at an airline. It was a weird cognitive dissonance I could never understand.
Allow us to clear up the confusion. $.
The money machine must go brr. Exxon and other big oil producers are the next generation of big tobacco companies. The sickening thing, unlike big tobacco, is primarily harming the consumer and limited others. Big oil is wiping out biodiversity and limiting viable habitation for huge percentages of the world. It's saddening that, had they not actively fought back against the assumptions their own scientists were aware of and tried to contribute to change from the 70s onward, we could have successfully implemented something to reduce and avoid most of the worst effects. They should be taxed, fined out of existence, and the proceeds utilized for alternative fuels and habitat rehabilitation.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.